President Biden returning to his Rehoboth beach house in Delaware this weekend. But, Carly, do not call it a vacation.
The reason I'm here today, just for one day, I know I'm on vacation. I'm not. I have no home to go to. The Secret Service has torn my house up in a good way to make it secure. So I have no place to go when I come to Delaware except here right now. I'm only here for one day.
Are you homeless?
No, I'm not homeless. I just have one home, my beautiful home. But I'm down here for the day because I can't go home.
OutKick coach Tomi Lahren joins us now. And Tommy, the interesting thing about that moment is it was completely unprompted. He just went up to the reporters and started talking about why he's in Rehoboth Beach, because he can't go to his primary residence in Delaware because the Secret Service is working on the house, so he's got to be at his vacation home. And he probably said it because of headlines like this from the New York Post. Slacker-in-chief Biden keeps up record 40% vacation pace despite disasters. So what do you think about that moment and the notion that the president is spending too much time on vacation?
Well, he is spending too much time on vacation, but also how tone deaf to make a comment like that. You know, you've got people that have been impacted by a hurricane, people that have been impacted by wildfires in Maui that literally do not have a home to go to. And you have the president and commander-in-chief talking about how he has to go to his vacation home on the beach because his other home is currently being upgraded. And then he jokes about homelessness, which is also affecting a record number of Americans, particularly in blue states like California. So completely tone deaf all around. And also the notion that he has to go to Delaware and the one house isn't available, so he's got to go to the other one. You know, last time I checked, he could probably go anywhere in the United States and probably find some place to stay. I would suggest East Palestine, Ohio, but we know he told us a couple of days that he doesn't have time to go there either. He was planning on it, and then someone reminded him that he has to literally go around the world, so no time to go there either. It's been about 7 months since those people experienced disaster. The president apparently, though, just does not have time to make it there. What a shame.
I don't know if there are any billionaires in East Palestine that could put him up. And also, Tommy, this definitely feels like Joe Biden is, middle-class Joe Biden, I should say, is definitely one of those people who's starting to turn summer into a verb as opposed to the middle-class people that he fights for. I want to get your thoughts on this. Michelle Obama could give President Biden a run for his money if she wanted to run for president. Look at this. In a hypothetical matchup, 48% of Democratic voters would choose the former First Lady. Only 36% would choose the president. Your thoughts on this, Tommy?
I think that we've all known for a long time that Michelle Obama would be a big threat running as a Democrat, whether it was against Joe Biden, in place of Joe Biden, what have you. You know, she has been incredibly popular, and the Democrats love the fact that she checks a lot of boxes. But speaking of that, it's going to be really hard to convince Kamala Harris to step aside for Michelle Obama. They still have that Kamala problem, and it also speaks to what a horrible vice president that she is, that they would look to Michelle Obama instead of lifting her up for that role. So whether it's Michelle Obama or Gavin Newsom or Joe Biden, this is not going to be an easy race. I know a lot of people think, looking at the country, that 2024 is going to be a landslide for Republicans, whoever that Republican nominee is. But wait and watch, because the Democrats are very good at this game. If it's Michelle Obama, we're in trouble. If it's Gavin Newsom, we're in trouble. Even if it's Joe Biden, we could be in trouble. That's why we have to be vigilant. We have to keep our grassroots game strong. Nothing is a given at this point, guys, as you well know.
Yeah. And there's a new Wall Street Journal poll. It says they're only 3 years apart, but 73% of voters feel that Biden is too old to seek a second term, compared to 47% of voters who said the same for 77-year-old Trump. So age is certainly going to play a factor in the 2024 election as well. Tom, you got to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.